Welcome in, y'all. Get in. I'm trying to decide what deck to use first for the 12/12 portal reading. Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. Good. I'm making sure. I'm going to try and keep this one under an hour so I can upload it to TikTok as well. I should have planned a little bit more before coming in, but you know how it is over here. We just kind of run and go with things immediately. Look at my... Look at the hair! Oh god, I think I can take this off. I don't think I need it no more. I think we're good. Anyway, welcome in when y'all get in. I'm doing casual things, just all over the place at all times. Anyway, whoa! Okay. Let me get another card out. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Alright, so we have two cards. We have Help and Fears, and they're both the number 2, which is really cool. But we're going to read from the book. We have Help, and your soul wants you to know you may feel unable to do things correctly at this moment. You feel alone. Everything feels complicated, and you feel only you can manage others. You feel others are abandoning you one after the other, leaving you to face all these obligations alone. But you're not alone, because I'm here, and I will always be by your side. Take some time to connect with me. Sometimes you may feel like things are blocked, as if something were blocked inside of you. That is me inviting you to take a break to hear my wise counsel. For now, take a few minutes of silence in your day, a few minutes of rest. This will help you hear me. Know that you have all the capabilities you need to take up the challenges you are facing. They are not insurmountable. I am with you, and together we will move forward in a positive way. Your spirit guides want you to know we are sending you signs to help you become aware that you can move forward alone. You feel you can accomplish important things on your own, yet you have a great capability to adapt, and you show great perseverance. We are sending you many signs related to the number 18 or 9. Remember what happened when you turned 18, what happened 18 months ago. You experienced important things in those times, which enabled you to forge great inner resilience. You are capable of great things, but we wish you to also remember everything you have already accomplished. You feel we are not with you, but we are always at your side. For a few months, try acting on your own and become aware of your inner strength. We are here, but we don't act because it's up to you to build your own path and create your own positive evolution. That is the goal of your incarnation. The entity wants you to know, I know you're asking for my help. I know that when you think of me, your throat immediately tightens. I know you feel like I could help you more, but that's not my role. I used to find it difficult to accept help from others. I thought it wasn't right for me, and I was also afraid of being criticized later on. And also, I did many things alone. That put me through difficult experiences, but it was instructive for my soul. I am with you, but my role is not to help you directly. I am here to bring you joy so that you may awaken your inner child. I put things on your path that can make you smile and bring you lightness. I am here so you may take a breather and just be in the moment. And then we have fears. And then I'll give a little spiel about that. Anyway, we have fears. Your soul wants you to know part of your energy is frozen in fear, which can interfere with our connection. But fear is not to be fled from. Fear is positive when it comes as a warning. Part of you feels in danger. I invite you to understand why. Why do you feel like talking to me endangers you? Why are you afraid of being in touch with yourself or listening to yourself? All the counsel and messages I have for you are positive. They are here to help you move forward sincerely, but maybe you don't want them quite yet. Do not try and run from this fear. Pay attention to its warnings. You will open your eyes to important things and move forward in a new way. Your spirit guides want you to know. It's like a part of your energy is froze 2 years ago. Maybe it was related to an event, a situation, or relationship. Since then, a kind of fear has taken root and has become your guide and is hindering your progress. Come to understanding the meaning of the past events and take a new path. By being in a new inner energy, you will create outer change. You may feel the pace is very slow, but it's up to you to set a new pace. Everything is within your reach. You can do this. The entity wants you to know. You may feel afraid to contact me. You feel afraid of the messages you'll receive. You may feel afraid of what you're feeling. This contact isn't negative. and I can't cross the boundaries you set for yourself regarding your psychic ability. I am not the only one trying to contact you, but part of you limits communication. I understand and I respect your pace. I invite you to understand the source of your fear. Fear was something I knew during my incarnation. I was often afraid and my soul was frozen for a long time. I missed many opportunities. I am not afraid of you, and I want to pass on some important messages to you. You need to discover new things inside of you. You have a real thirst for discovery. I can feel it. Free yourself from fear so the energy of love may take its place. Contact will then be simple and fluid. I will manifest my presence through colors. In the sign you receive, a color will be dominant. That color will always be the same. That color will be me, and will be my sign to prove that my soul is truly by your side. So, mainly a lot what this portal is doing for a lot of people is setting the grounds for the steps moving forward. And though it may feel as fear, again, fear is just really a lot of energy. It's just the same as excitement. It's the adrenaline that you're feeling. So don't feel like today is a drag, or feel like today is a scary day if you've been having energy, mishaps. It's just how the portals open. If you don't even like look at the Schumann resonances and stuff, look at all the things that are happening with the planets. It will explain everything that's going on. We've been timeline shifting for the past 4 days nonstop. So it's not that you're afraid of failure. It's literally that you're afraid that a past timeline is going to come back to you, and that can only happen if you remain in that energy of fear and attract it that way. So if you don't wish to attract it, I mean, it's easier said than done for some for sure. But like, don't pay attention to that fear. That fear is supposed to show you what you need to work on, or what you're not wanting to have happen. So that you pay attention to the fear, it's going to have all the answers within it. Nothing is given to you. No question is given to you without a form of answer. But we have psychic and transformation. Some of you all might be experiencing awakenings, just psychic ability increases. However, don't allow that fear to be there. Allow yourself to know that you're upgrading, that you're evolving. Some of you may need to spiritually cleanse as well, with fire. So using candles, burning candles, or candle gazing, going out in the sun. Your solar plexus may need to be cleansed as well. Come on, get out. I don't know how many times I gotta touch you. Anyway, you might need to use candles to burn off some of the energy. Some of you might need to exercise as well. Exercising can help. You doing yoga, getting rid of the trauma located within the pelvic region as well. Doing those types of stretches and stuff to get rid of this anxiety, this fear, this stagnant energy. Because again, it's all coming from like a past life stability that you were in, or how your past life was formed, or how your past life was going. That's no longer a thing. A lot of us are, here it is: relief, shift, and truth. You're shifting. That's all that's happening on this portal. It's a major shift. It's the last portal of the year. So of course it's going to be very big and very heavy, but that's a good sign, because that's showing you that there's a lot that needs to be taken off of you. There's a lot that needs to be added onto you as well. This is the divine. The divine's giving you the key at this time. So give yourself that grace, because when the full moon happens, that's when your leaps are going to start happening. That's when your big moves are coming in. Right now you're acclimating the energy. So all that energy that you're feeling is because there's a big move you're going to be making here soon. Whether you want to or not is up to you completely. And if you don't want to, then that's your loss, unfortunately. And we have to say it like that, because you're not gaining anything by being stagnant in that energy. So just really release the things. These are all things in your shadow. Not wanting to move because, if I move, I'm not going to be safe, or if I go somewhere, someone's going to follow me. That's your shadow self trying to talk to you, saying that you're not healed from whatever happened. You need to sit down today and really remove other people's energy from yourself, and really focus on you and your path moving forward. Because again, like, if you don't, the next 2 years are going to be very rough, because it's all about healing the next 2 years. And if you're not open to heal, then you're going to start losing things. And it's not even a threat. It's just generally what's going to happen. If you're not receiving what you desire to receive, if you're not putting in that effort, then things that you were given and gifted by you saying that you were going to put effort into it are just not going to be there for you. They're going to be taken away and the energy is going to be transmuted for someone else. But you need to get out of this storm. And this is what this portal is showing you, is the exit of this storm for a lot of you. Some of you might have already exited the storm and you're just waiting for these other events to come and conspire. But for the rest of you, it's really showing you that this storm is over, but you're sitting in the same ship for some reason. You can get out, you can leave that ship, but you're not willing to, or you're not wanting to. So really meditate. It could have been something about the new moon, something about on the new moon involving an earth sign could have happened that, like, you know, made you feel that way, or there's some sort form of path about an earth sign that ended on the new moon, you know. Maybe you're holding on to some energy from an earth sign doing something to you on a certain new moon. That doesn't even have to be the last one, it could be any new moon. But really do some meditation and dive deep. Do some regression meditation. Really pull up what you've been holding deep within inside of you. Because you're going to be guided safely wherever you're heading next. But there's this resistance, this barrier that you may have. And it could just be from not knowing what's going on that's keeping you in that fear. But really dive deep. Really allow yourself to move in accordance to like what you're desiring, what you're wanting. Because this is the portal. Actually, yeah, you're right. I should do this. Thank you, Spirit. But it's very important. So what's going on in the shadow then? What's going on in the shadow that might be stopping this? We're going to keep all these upright for this one. We have Ariman, which is I don't know why I was having a hard time pronouncing that word in my head. Charlatan, cynic, materialism, extremist, vengefulness, selfishness, dishonor, meanness, deceit, bad advice, sarcasm, rigid rationalism, fanaticism, racism, aggression, greed, highly intelligent, monetary fraud, concealment of income, misleading information, breaking the convention, putting up a mask, embezzlement, loss, damages, and cold logic. So there is some form of like, and truly a Taurus energy coming out of here as well. It's something about your work or your work ethics. Venus is very significant as well. This could have been someone who was just like, you're selfish to yourself by not wanting to move due to certain situations. So you're afraid that they're going to follow you, but you're not listening to what the divine is doing. You're sitting with yourself. You're entering this realm where you're about to go through another cycle if you're not careful with this portal, because it's the final portal to get those who are ready for this stuff to go on, and for those that aren't, it's okay. You just have to go through a cycle of healing, of going through these things. But there's a lot of energy, and this could even just be new people who are entering the journey that want some form of revenge, or just people, you know, telling bad advice to you, taking advice from people who aren't on the spiritual journey, who are just sitting around doing things that they believe is one way or the other. But really just being true to yourself is the biggest part of this card, of what the divine wants you to do in your shadow. There's a part of you that's not being true to itself. There's a part of you that's not being heard or examined in a beneficial way. It's not to hurt you. It's this energy where you're really needing to look. And it's scapegoat. I don't know why the ribbon is always on scapegoat, but it just is. But we have scapegoat, which is slander, false accusations, suppressed will, blaming others for our own misfortune of victims of circumstances. So don't allow your external circumstances, don't allow how things are presenting themselves to you make you feel as if you're not powerful in that situation. You're powerful enough to feel it in one way, so you are also powerful enough to feel it in another way. Don't blame people for your circumstances. This is the part of healing that a lot of individuals have to enter, because they've been so used to blaming someone else for their, like, oh, well, if they didn't do that to me, then yada, yada, yada. Well, if you didn't stay with that person, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to do those things. And not many people like to hear it that way, but when you yourself know that you're not supposed to be around someone and you stay, that is being dishonest to yourself. That's you ignoring yourself. And that's part of healing that has to happen, where you don't listen to yourself because you don't trust yourself, because you spend all your time listening to other people and what they have to tell you. So really pay attention to that. We have laziness. So this is very much kicking you into gear, especially for your work. If this is something like, oh, I don't feel like I can work because XYZ or someone's doing this, don't scapegoat someone else. You're not working because you genuinely just don't want to. You have to understand that as well. Like if you have work to do, but you say, oh, I can't do this because XYZ, you genuinely just don't want to do the work is all. You don't have to scapegoat or lie about it and put the projection on someone else. If you wanted to do it, you would. If you don't want to do it, you wouldn't do it. Your brain comes up with excuses to backbone yourself, because all your brain does is verify what you're already wanting to experience. And if you're wanting to experience a reason not to work, then it will give you 1,000 reasons for why you shouldn't work, which is just lying to yourself. It's keeping you stuck in that cycle, which needs to be healed. That energy of knowing that you have a purpose to step into, because a lot of ascended masters, a lot of masters are coming up, a lot of teachers, new teachers, not even just ascended masters, but just new teachers are coming in, and you have to be able to do that work. You have to be able to be in that status, and it comes down to, do you want to work or not? Yes or no. If you want to be on the path and continue doing the spiritual work that you're doing, then do it. Why would you say, oh, I can't because someone's doing this? And I've been in that. I've been under attack with people attacking me under my business and stuff, but I continue to work because it's not about them, it's about me and my path. And if someone else is going to stop me from my path, am I even worthy of being on my path? No. Because why would I allow someone else to control me and what I need to do? You should take that and really like sit with it and meditate with it, because if someone is stopping you from progressing on your path, are you even really wanting to go on that path? You're really not. Deep down inside, it's not. Because if you wanted to, you would. You would find a way. You would find the energy inside of you to move forward. There's no other outer circumstance that can stop you unless you agree with it, mutually agreement with it, and say, yeah, since they're doing that, I can't do this. That's the only way. But we have laziness, which is lack of energy, inability to learn, apathy, postponing duties, and negligence. So really pay attention to that. I didn't expect this message to be like this today for this portal, but this portal is really hard on people, a few of them at least, that I know of personally, because it's putting you to the ultimate test. Are you ready to be in the next year where it's going to be about you reaping the benefits of all that you've healed, or do you still need time in the healing chamber? Either way is fine, but it's about you knowing for certain what path you're ready to go on, and taking those steps to actually go on that path, to taking the steps of actually being on that path as well. Hold on, where is it at? There it is. The Ring of Fastarda. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this card means a conflict between will and addiction, binding, dependence, lack of willpower, psychological pressure, infiltism, control through manipulation. We need to get another card as well with that. But really pay attention to where you're not supporting yourself with this portal, and allow yourself to support yourself in that way. Do you need to meditate more? And do you need to exercise more? Create who you desire to be up until this point. A lot of people have already been feeling this energy that I'm reading about, but this portal is really accentuating it, because a lot of people have been feeling it and been like, oh, I quit my job, I did this, I did that, and they're reinventing themselves. This is what we need to do at this point in time, is really reinvent yourself. Who are you? Who do you want to be? That's why I've been talking about it so much, because now is the time to implement those baby steps into becoming that individual that you're wishing to be, that entity, the so don't allow that to hold you back. Is that an example? It is. That's so funny. So the example of what came out is here. Solicity came out, and that's lust for physical pleasures. So it's like, what are you desiring? Are you wanting something on the physical that you're not able to get? Are you lusting over things that you wish to do and not doing them due to that lust? That's the difference. Even though you're not lusting over an individual, you can definitely lust over anything. Um but anyway, solicity is heightened sensuality, lust, lack of spirituality, materialism, lack of sexual discriminant, adultery, Hinduism, and excessive indulgent in sex. This could also be oh my God, like a sacral chakra issue. Your sacral chakra could be very overinflamed as well, and that's showing you that you're ready to start being creative. You're ready to start creating this new identity for yourself. So you don't take it just for it being sexual, because you're gonna miss the entire message that in that way. Please, open your mind a little bit, please. But really allow yourself to see the areas in your life that you're lusting. And lusting is just wanting something but either not doing something to get it, or you know what I mean? Like you can sit back and be like, "Oh, I really wish I had this. I really wish I had that." You can get it. Why are you lusting over it when you could just love yourself enough to truly go after it? Don't tease yourself with what you desire. Truly go after it, right? That's what the divine needs you to know at this point in time, is that you can get what you desire, but you have to take the steps necessary. And a lot of people who enter spirituality do so because they think it's like a get out of jail free card. Like, oh, I can just sit here and get whatever I want. No, you have to do work. You have to do a form of work. You have to be active in it. If you want a get out of jail free card, stick with religion, because they'll give you a facade of one, and then you can live in that facade for a while if you want. But if you come to spirituality, it's by you saying you're ready to start being active. You're ready to start moving your spirit. You're ready to start moving with spirit. So allow yourself to know like what you desire to do. Make a list. You can even meditate on this, or however you need to do. Go to your Akashic records, or however, but truly allow yourself to know what you desire to do. And if you don't know, get an Akashic record reading, get a reading on what you need to do, get contact with your ancestors, your guides, however you need to do. The answers are all there for you. You just need to be willing to take the first step. You'll always get the answer that you desire at that point in time, but you need to be able to take that step. And also understand that when you are in this energy of redefining yourself, of finding out who you are, or redefining who you are, even, your mind will tell you one thing, but your subconscious, your soul, your spirit will be communicating in a different energy, letting you know what you truly desire rather than what you think you would desire, because your mind still is operating off of the 3D realm. When you're operating on that 3D realm consciousness off of your thoughts, you're on that lower vibration, which kind of cap locks you. It keeps you from exceeding that barrier. It keeps you from seeing more than that barrier. And it keeps you in this energy of, if I don't get it this way, I don't want it at all. If I don't get this, then I don't want it, which is fine. But again, that goes back to selfishness. Why are you preventing yourself from experiencing more of what you desire by saying that you don't want this just because of some form of action that needs to be taken? So allow yourself that freedom. Allow yourself to see yourself in a higher position, in a higher light. We have parsley, basil, and fern, which is security, good physical and mental health, happiness, prosperity, the power of love, richness, fertility, well-being of the family, exposing malicious actions, delimiting our boundaries, and nature's protection. So literally, there's a lot of reconstruction happening, a lot of reconstruction, because this is all going on in the shadow. This is all what's going on in the background. This is why that stress, that energy is present, because you're literally ripping old versions of yourself apart and forming these newer ones. You are protected. You are very deserving, but you also need to hear these harsh truths that you're not listening to within yourself. The fact that you are kind of slacking on some things that you need to pick up on, the fact that you aren't doing the things that you truly desire to do because of some form of fear. Allow yourself to release that. You're holding on to it. Release that attachment, because that's not an attachment that you need or that you really even want. But the fact that you still play its game allows it to just be existent. We're going to get the split with this as well. And these two cards have been coming out a lot. And then we'll move on to another deck. But we have Simon of Scenery. Um, which again, it depends on the question, so we'll read both of them. But split personality, mental disorder, inflated self-esteem, megalomania, sadism, incitement to suicide, overloaded, heavy responsibilities, overexertion, overtaxing oneself, self-imposed obligations, excessive burdens, victim by force or by choice, a sacrifice for a higher cause, an invitation for manipulation, or unwillingness to donate, unwillingness to help, cowardice, indifference is not my problem. Take more responsibility over your life heavily when it comes to this, and with overtaxing yourself and self-imposed obligations, victim by choice, a sacrifice for a higher cause. All these things are really resonant with this right now. You need to sacrifice something, some form of being for a greater good. Sacrificing feeling like you're not safe all the time or that things are always going to fall for a betterment of like you getting something that you desire is still a sacrifice. You're still sacrificing one thing for another. You can't praise the two gods if everything's falling apart, but hold on, let me say this better, because that's not a good example. You can't praise two gods by saying my whole life is awful and then also at the same time being but it's good at the same time. You have to choose, because that puts you in a confusion state. That's why you have this confusion, because you aren't in this energy of being able to stand up on your own too and be like, this is what I truly desire. I'm not going to pay attention to the physical, I'm paying attention to what I desire so that I can create my physical. And with the two black candles, it's this card is highly symbolic to the various weaknesses of the human psyche: excessive ambition, readiness to cooperate with evil forces, pursuing a dark path, achievement of goals by any cost, efficiency, developed sense of intuition and great potential. To cooperate with evil forces, I'm that is definitely, I'm picking it up like that as well for a lot of people. And it's not saying you're selling your soul off to someone, but you're cooperating with what you would identify with a dark source of someone's actions on the external, which you're cooperating with it by agreeing that those things are not only happening to you, but are also hindering you to the point to where you're not able to like move forward. So really pay attention to that. Really pay attention to like what you're giving your energy into. Are you giving it into the I cans or the I can'ts? I feel like getting a few animal cards as well while we're here. I mean, I think that's enough. I think that's enough animal cards right then and there. All right. So really pay attention. I like all these cards right here. Based off like the small memory I have of these cards, it's definitely these are definitely good ones to have right now. But we have mouse, which is detail oriented, small minded, nitpicky, or nervous. The mouse is has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have limited and a fearful vision of life and try to control every detail of life. This can be quite painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back from a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. When unbalanced, organized, resourceful, and prepared; when out of balance, busy with no purpose, to bring into balance a meaningful project. We have rabbit, afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears him and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is most living when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit. They shape your destiny. When in balance, sensitive, problem solver, and a good listener. When out of balance, over explains and talks fast, to bring into balance a day of silence. We have snake next. Wow. The snake is guardian of the unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Sakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of the spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it is well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from its slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste, the snake card appears when there's no more time to waste. When imbalanced, prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. To bring into balance, Kundalini yoga and meditation. We have, that's fire. Is there, I forgot the order of this deck because it's not in the right order. Okay, we have Beaver. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, and family first. The Beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have an infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it in the way of the earth element, providing a home and financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll steadily work for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when a task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can signify that it's time for some karma yoga or selfless service. When unbalanced, happy, meaningful work, when out of balance, feels useless and worn out, to bring into balance physical labor or selfless service. We have, wow, thank you, Spirit, for that one. We have Shark, which is directness, exposure, revealing the true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes us over when we are hesitant to be honest to ourselves totally, or to say that what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending something's not wrong, that nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When unbalanced, intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. When out of balance, sneaky and destructive. When to bring into balance, honesty. So again, like, it's all about you needing to be true and honest with yourself. Though, if you can't be honest with anyone, at least be true and honest with yourself always. Because if you can be honest with yourself, it's going to help you be honest with others. And that's the one thing that sets you free, because you hold on to these things that you tell yourself, and then it becomes literally, like, it does what the shark card says. It encircles you. It literally eats you alive, and then you either snap on someone or you feel like you're lost and never going to get anywhere. But it's because you have this stagnant energy inside of you that needs to be let out. It's crying and calling and screaming to be let out. But we have Panther, annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our life and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. When unbalanced, brave and productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. This could mean cleaning out your closet. This could do with limiting belief systems that you're subscribed to. This could be a whole bunch of things. But really allow yourself to release yourself from those. After these, I'm going to use the other animal cards, and I feel like we're good. The divine just really needs you to see your shadow side at this point, and really allow yourself to evolve in the areas that you're needing to. Allow yourself to remove these boundaries. Understand that these boundaries are only self-imposed. These emotions that you're feeling are only coming because you desire them to come. You're desiring to feel something. And instead of choosing what you want to feel, you're letting your mind generate these problems, these things on the outside world that are controlling your way of being. And then that's creating the emotion that you're feeling. So really delve into it. Again, you might need to go into the Akashic Records, because that card's looking at me on the bottom. But we have the Arcturian Light Codes, Evolutionary Downloads, Recalling Power and Future Thinking, Earth Star Activation, Anchoring, Grounded Action, and Isis Energy. Thank you, Mother, for being here. Angelic Frequency, Angels Are Here, You Are Safe, and Potent Connection. Mother and Son is here, with Oris being here with the Soul Star Activation, Fulfilling Soul Contracts, and Remembering Who You Are. Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmission, and Earth Intelligence. Halls of Immediate Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasures Uncovered, and Initiations. Hathor Light Codes, Light Immersion, Full System Upgrade, and Power Recall. Star Being Healing Codes, Why am I I'm slow on these, I think. I'm sorry. Star being healing codes. Important information, wounds are healed and recharging. And last but not least, solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, and willpower. So again, like you may be feeling a lot of pressure within your lower chakras. And that's just because there's energy that needs to be released. So again, doing those meditations, really doing meditations, doing a form of yoga, stretches, however, being active for at least 15 to 30 minutes a day really helps loosen up trauma and increase not only like the blood flow to help you like feel like you're living, but as well as like it stimulates the entire body, it stimulates the brain, it stimulates all the organs, it allows you to like release what you desire to release. I'm gonna shuffle 2 more times. Okay, you don't want to go in, and y'all want to flip around too. Anyway, we have Panda, boundaries. Your space is sacred. Guests who overstay their welcome impact your aura, and you have every right to stand your ground. Your needs are important. You must nurture your soul with the same gentle love and support you offer to others. Okay, I think we're back. Why are they trying to stop this message? Okay, I think we're back. Why are they trying to stop this message? They don't want this message to come out either. Anyway, Kangaroo, which is cycle. A 9 month cycle is at play. Your current project will take 9 months to mature and benefit you. Commit to it fully. You have all the strength and stamina you need as long as you move forward and not backwards. The elephant, which is forgiveness. If you are feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant asks you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You are being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. Bobcat, which is mystery. The bobcat teaches you that there is true power and strength in silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. Armadillo, which is protection. You're entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that have been holding you back in the past. The crow, which is transition. Part of which of your life is or may be going through a transition. Maybe you are changing relationships, careers, cities, whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make the change. B, which is productivity. It is time to examine your productivity. Disorganization and indecisiveness may be causing you to miss opportunities. Take a moment to prioritize your goals and get a clear view of how to get where you want to go and what it will take to get you there. The swan, which is love. You have found your soulmate or they are just around the corner. Remember that when two souls are destined to be together, they always find their way back to each other. All those things you had to go through were worth it. Observation with owl. You are being encouraged to look beyond deceiving appearances into the true reality of a situation or a person's motives. You need to hear what's really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. And the last but not least, lion, which is control. If you have moderate aggressive impulses, it's an invitation to control your temper. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. And that can be internal, external, always. I do feel like taking the bottom card, which is hawk, spirituality. Fly above fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Quieting the mind and detaching from your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take in messages from your spirit guides. So truly today, that shadow work that's keeping you from receiving or manifesting what you desire, doing that, taking time to ground yourself, to really treat yourself to what you desire and not panic about what is to come, because you are in control of what's to come. It's all about you taking in your own consideration, your own fears, your own loves, however this is, like everything, and pushing it towards your highest good at this point. But that is the 1212 portal message that I have. A very different one from what everyone else is probably going to upload, but this stuff needs to be talked about because the ones that are unable to manifest what they desire is because they're not getting told what they need to be told. They're just being told everything's going to be fine, but that doesn't fix anything. That's a bandage over the actual thing that needs healed. So that's why I do what I do. But thank you all so much for being here. Y'all know the drill. You can use Spirit Otter and use code SOLIDAR20 for bracelets and whatever. If you're interested in any of my services, you can go to the description or the bio, because I'm going to upload this to TikTok as well, and go to my email, or if you're here, you can go to the description and use the order form or the email, however. But regardless, I love you all so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day and listening to this message. I hope this helps you on the 1212 portal. Things are moving up in vibration. Check the human resonances again, because they're going crazy. Check your chart, check where you want to improve yourself with your charts, check just what you want to improve, maybe getting a new style, however, but just get ready to change yourself into the full version of who you are, the full spectrum, and not just picking and choosing parts of you that resonate with certain people and don't resonate with others. Okay, be the full being you're supposed to be here, and don't be parts of them. But I love you all so much, to the moon and back, tenfold and forever.